The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Come on. Hey.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Hurts to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it up, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They run with a rookie from Florida, Dameon Pierce. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got it. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
Tag team tight. Tag team tight. Tag team, 5 years.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. And they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Hurts. And it's intercepted. Darren Stingley picks it. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They'll roll him out right. Jerry Hughes, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The Eagles and Texans, polar opposites last year in terms of running the football. The Eagles were number 1 in the league. The Texans, 32nd, dead last. And in fact, the Eagles ran for nearly twice as many yards as the Texans did in 2021.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills.
And he finds Howard complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Play fake, Mills.
Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They go play action with Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Here we go, set.
On the counter now, it's Sanders. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts sets up to throw it. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's Jake Elliott, career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Mills throw, taken in there by Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down. A first down throw for Mills. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they start the tight end on the left side of the formation and send him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Pierce now up the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Pierce will try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now Mills on 4th down. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does
does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guy's playing it. I'm really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hurts gets this to Sanders, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
But first down, Hurts.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down. Delivers another one to Pierce.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Another carry for Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
To throw, Mills.
He gets it to Cooks.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Going for it with Pierce. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They go play action. Mills.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
On the go.
Throwing is Hurts.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Smith catches left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
18 Randall.
Throwing on second and long.
Hurts.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Hurts fumbles it, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They go again with Pierce. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Give to Pierce.
And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's Pierce on the counter. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
They'll try to run with Pierce.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Philadelphia. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through, all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Hurts will throw. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run got 6, now second and 4. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he's got some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 149 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a handoff for Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They'll run it here with Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd and 7. Here's Mills.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Mills looking to throw it. This ball caught by Mechie.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Mills back to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
One last shot from Mills.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 25-yard line. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
On third down, here's Pierce. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense, right?
Yeah,
if you know,
on it.
right, you know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. On second down, here's Pierce. And some room to maneuver. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And he's got this down 1 yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to him.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Pierce now up the middle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all tied. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Pierce. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Pierce gets this one running right. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
A run here with Pierce. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission is accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Houston.
Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none of